Hi everyone, and thanks for joining our tutorial on this beautiful fold-over treat box. Now, we all need treat boxes from time to time, whether it's Valentine's Day, birthdays, anniversaries, friendship stuff that you think, you know what, they're having a rough time, how about I give them a box with maybe some homemade baking, maybe some chocolates, whatever it is. These always come in handy, so I thought this is a perfect time to do a video on this. So how to build this is the tutorial part, how to build this, the box itself. So when we first start, we want 2 pieces of paper, and the paper that I've used, you can hear how thick it is. The paper I've used is actually the poster board or bristle board. Everybody kind of has a little different name for it. It's the really, really thick stuff because I wanted it to have a really nice solid thing to it. I didn't want to just use regular cardstock that was a little thinner. Even though I'm going to be gluing papers on both sides and everything else, I wanted it to have a good solid feel to it. So we start out with 2 pieces of paper that are 6 inches tall, 9 inches long. Okay? Now, each of those papers we score at 3 inches on each side. And I think you can see how this goes together already. So when we put it together, we're simply just going to glue these 2 3-inch strips together to make a spine, and then this will fold over like that. So that's the fold over part that you saw in the original when you saw the pictures of the finished box. That's how it actually works, is this is your fold over piece here. Okay? So that's that one. And for the box itself, let's just kind of flatten all our pieces. So what we do for the box itself, I'll just kind of put a couple of these in so you guys get the idea here. You start out with a piece, again, I used bristle board here. This piece is 10 inches square, okay? So on the 10 inches square, we score it 3 inches on all 4 sides, okay? So after that, these are just cut out tabs because you're going to see how we're going to glue this together here. These ones, when I cut them out, I just measured over about 2 inches, okay, from this score line. I measured over about 2 inches and then cut the diagonal there as well. You can, however much paper you want to take out, because these are just gluing tabs. These don't actually have any other purpose. They're not part of where you glue your papers on or anything. So when the box goes together, when we fold it up, obviously this is our gluing tab. So we glue that in there. This one's our gluing tab. This one's our gluing tab. And this guy's our gluing tab. And we end up with a box. And our box is going to end up being 4 inches wide and 3 inches tall. Okay? And your bottom, the very bottom part of the box, this is 4 inches by 4 inches. So that also gives you the measurements for how big a piece of paper to cut to actually do these. So again, 4 inches by 4 inches on the bottom, 4 inches by 3 inches high, and that means all 4 sides on the outside and all 4 sides on the inside as well. So there's the quick and easy way of actually making your form for yourself, and I will be back in just a minute in order to show you the finished product. See you soon. And here's the finished box, folks. Look at this. Isn't this something? I really like the way it turned out, and it is a nice large box in that it's 6 by 6, so you actually get some room in there in order to adorn with, as well as obviously some room to put some candy in there. Now, candy, I have to admit, here's a confession, the candy didn't make it in. There's no chocolate on the stuff, so there is no, evidence left behind, but the candy didn't make it in. So anyways, the kit that we used in order to create this was our Bundled Authentic collection. It is a fantastic collection that is really, it's not themed for anything. It is all about things like be happy, be yourself. It really is about being an authentic person. So there is so many avenues that you can go with, and this was just one of them. So to start with, let's just have kind of a look at the box here. So closed up, there it is with the ribbon, and of course the ribbon, I didn't show this in the tutorial part, but the ribbon I just glued onto the form before I glued my papers on. And I glued it onto the inside pieces of both of these here so that it would tug down properly here for it. So there is you can see our box glued in the inside, and on the box I'll show you that in a second. But the outside, we obviously have this wonderful tag that comes right to you in the kit. All that I did is, this is a digital stamp, the Be Happy, and I placed that onto the paper before I printed, so that way that's on there. This flower cluster is actually on this tag already, and then I just actually printed another one so that I could cut these flowers out to build those up, because I really liked the look of that. I really liked how that turned out in terms of raising up and decoupaging these flowers here. I thought it just gave it a really nice look to it. And it's the same thing with this tag. I just put it up on some foam dots, and just to give it a little bit of dimension, give it a little bit of interest. There is the back spine, which is a 3-inch by 6-inch piece, and you'll remember that from our tutorial. And the bottom is just simple, obviously matches well and everything else, but I didn't want to do anything else on here because it is the bottom, right? We want it to sit properly. So as we open it up, and there we go. Let's see if we're on camera here. Let's just zoom out a little bit farther here. I'll do this in a width-wise here. There, that way you guys can all see it. So you can see in the inside, coordinated papers. Again, the same one is on the bottom as is on the top here. These are, again, papers right from the Authentic collection. This is a stationary back. I shrunk them a little bit in order to fit the size of the 6-inch by 6-inch area, and love them. Now, I did actually, on this one, this is a border piece, and this is a background. The outside pink is a background. So because it was 3 inches wide, I layered that on there first, then put my ribbon on, and again, printed it as one item. Okay, so you can see the outside of it here. The ribbon wasn't quite 3 inches wide. So I layered the ribbon on top, printed it as one, and look at the results. Beautiful, right? The box is obviously glued down, and as you can see from the inside here, I'll move this over so you can see, there is a chevron pattern paper in there. I'll get it so we can get a little bit of light in there as well for you so you can see that. It's a really pretty soft pink, and I thought it would go so well in there. You want to have a little bit of interest, but you know, obviously it is the inside. You may line it with tissue paper or something like that. Obviously, if you're going to put candies in and stuff, you don't want it to, any of the candies to soil the outside of the paper or anything like that. So something just simple. For the outsides of the box, I'll show you the back one because the back one I didn't decorate or elaborate on. That is a pink tufted background paper, which you'll find in the kit as well. And it is just fabulous. I thought, you know, with the tufted look here with the little kind of, I don't know, buttons, I guess, is what it would be if it was in real physical form. I thought it just gave it a great look. On this side, I decided to use the clock. Again, this clock is done completely for you. You don't have to do anything. You just print and cut it out. It's that simple. All the words are on here, the flowers, everything is on here. And again, I put this up on some foam dots to give it a little bit of interest. On this side here, you are awesome. Don't ever forget that. That's what this tag says, in case it's a little hard to read on just because it's a little small on the screen for you. Again, put it up on foam dots, and this is a tag. Did nothing with it. I print it, cut it out, placed it on there. I didn't add anything. I didn't do anything to it. But a wonderful embellishment. You can see where this is going. The last one is authentic. Be yourself is what it says at the top. Again, fully done for you. Mary Fran has done all the hard work for us so that we can just get to creating. I can print, I can cut it, everything else, I'm good to go. The only thing that I've done is I have resized these so that they would fit the size of this, being that we know that it's 3 inches tall, 4 inches wide. I did need to resize it in order to fit it on there properly. So I did that before I printed it. So there it is, folks. The box in it, all of its fun and glory. Again, I think it turned out just beautifully, and I hope you think so too. This was a quick and easy project from the time of making my form, like cutting it out, all that kind of stuff, designing it out, this thing, printing the papers, cutting them, and assembling this. This has only been a couple hours worth of a project. This is not a long project to do, but the results are absolutely fabulous. And you then have a great box in order to give as a gift box, whether you fill it with treats, whether you fill it with something else inside. What a wonderful thing to have on hand. Thanks again for watching. I hope you'll love this video. And before you go, make sure you look in the bottom right of this screen here. That is where our Nitwit Collections logo is. Click on that to subscribe to our channel so you'll be made aware of whenever we have new videos come out. And I hope you'll give us the thumbs up on the video and also leave us a comment if you have something you'd like to ask. Just let us know what you thought of the project. We're always happy to hear from you. Thanks again, and I hope you'll make this project yourself.